Hey y'all, welcome and welcome back to Summertime Tarot. For those of you who don't know, my name is Summer. All right, I hope everybody's day is, magnificent and wonderful. All right, now I did take a little bit of a break, but your girl is back. All right, but let's go ahead and see what messages want to come out for you for the remainder of October. Okay, we're going to start off with an affirmation. So what affirmation would be most beneficial here for the earth signs for the remainder of October 2020? All right. All right, so we have, I am courageous and will not be held back by fear. All right, your question to ponder. What do I need to do in moments of fear? How can I remind myself to stay grounded and focused on my goals? All right, so I feel like you guys are making moves, towards your goals. But, you may be kind of butting up against some fears coming up. Some fears may be showing up. They may be making you like bob and weave, but you let's see what the messages here are for the earth signs. Okay, so your blessing for the remainder of the month, we have cornucopia. Yes. Okay, your challenge, we have hostilities. Your message, we have caring connections. And your lesson, we have door to personal healing and happiness. All right. All right, I feel like some of you here may be looking outside of yourself for like happiness and for healing. You may be looking to others to provide you, right? For some of you with this caring connections, it could be, you may be kind of leaning heavily on your partner, or it could be like some drama here with the hostilities, maybe some arguments, some fighting about, how to get what it is that you want if you are in a relationship, right, between you and your partner. And I feel like it's a need here to remember that your healing, your happiness is your responsibility, right? Not putting too much of your or just not asking your partner to carry too much of the weight for you, right? To make sure that you're staying ahead of the game and focusing on your own happiness, focusing on your own healing, that you're not allowing your own kind of fears or insecurities to kind of get the better of you and make it so that you maybe take it out on other people or expect too much of other people, to the point where you feel like, I don't know, maybe you feel like, they don't love you if they don't give you exactly everything that it is that you desire, or something like that. You know what I mean? But that's the first thing I picked up there. But I feel like here with this cornucopia being here as your blessing for the remainder of the month, I feel like there are some opportunities, some things that are really, have been lining up and are going to continue to line up for you for the remainder of the month, right? But here with the hostility showing up in your challenges, you may find yourself a little bit distracted, or it could be you may be putting a little bit too much on your plate to the point where you feel like your mind or just everything is all over the place. And so I feel like here with the caring connections, it's going to be important here for you to make sure that you make enough time for yourself, make enough time to kind of calm down, to connect with self, right? If you're in a relationship, to spend time with your partner, to put that love into your life, to put that, care, that comfort into your life, so that you're not too focused on the goals to the point where you find yourself lacking or feeling burnt out emotionally, right? It's a need to have your balance, right? To make sure that you're focusing on yourself, that you're continuously, loving on yourself, healing yourself, right? Putting focus into that area of your life, right? But let's go ahead and clarify here. Excuse me. All right, some of you may even be feeling like, maybe fearful that you'll never get to where it is that you want to go, right? You'll never get to this cornucopia. And I feel like, with the door to personal healing and happiness showing up here, there's a need for some more attention to be put into your healing, right? Because I feel like if you are in a space where you may be dealing with like those fears coming up, or like feeling like you'll never get to where it is that you want to go, feel like you're just in this uphill battle, it may be, a sign that there's a need for some you time with the divine. I like the way that sounds. But yeah, just make sure that you're spending enough time focusing on, your internal world, that you're not so much focused on, the material world, that you forget to take care of yourself, that you forget to take care of your own healing, of your own kind of, spiritual, what is it? Goals. I don't know. I couldn't think of the word, y'all. I'm sorry. But let's go ahead and clarify here. Okay. Yeah, I feel like there is this need for balance between your internal world and your external world. Some of you may be focusing very heavily on, your aspirations, your dreams, your goals here in the physical world, and you may be forgetting about, your own internal maintenance, right? Your own kind of feelings, what's going on within you, right? And when that happens, you kind of, sometimes your internal world, it's gonna do what it needs to do to get heard. You feel me? Right? It could be, for some people, they experience it as burnout. Other people, it may just be like a meltdown, where it's like, oh my gosh, what is going on? But clarifying your cornucopia here, we have the Hermit and the Empress. Yeah, I feel like, you guys have really you've been working, right? It may have been in silence, like real G's, you feel me? But I feel like you guys have been, putting in the work by yourself. I feel like you've been kind of growing, you've been nurturing yourself, you've been focusing on your dreams, your goals, right? But I feel like with the hostilities, clarifying the hostilities, we have the Ace of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups. You may have gotten to the point where you feel like, you don't have enough, or you're just unhappy with how things are in the external world. And for some of you, it may, I do feel like it's because you haven't been paying enough attention to your internal world. And so it's a need for you to spend time connecting, right, with your feelings, with your emotions, with what's going on within you, right? Because I feel like if fears are showing up, if insecurities are showing up, it's because you haven't been paying attention to what's going on inside, right? And I feel like with this Nine of Cups showing up, some of you may be focusing on or have been kind of feeding this feeling that your happiness is outside of you, or it's something that you can attain by money or by things or accomplishments. And there's a need here for you to really to spend some time figuring out, why you feel like you need things or accomplishments to make you feel whole or to make you feel complete, right? Because, I feel like with this Emperor showing up here, there's going to be growth, there's going to be cornucopia, right? But if you're not happy on the inside, it doesn't matter how many things you accomplish or how much money you have or whatever your status is, right? Because you're, internally you're not happy. So it's a need for you here for the remainder of the month to really focus, I feel, on making sure that you're balancing your internal world with your external world, that you're not focusing so much on what's going on outside of you in order to avoid how you're feeling inside, right? Make sure you're spending time connecting with, how you're feeling, right? For some of you, with this caring connection showing up here as your message for the month, you may be feeling a bit lonely here, right? You may be desiring deeper connections with people, but I feel like you may be kind of avoiding that by spending time on like your goals or your dreams, and you may be kind of avoiding these feelings through work or through whatever it may be. But you can't outrun your feelings. They're going to be there no matter where you go. So just make sure you're spending time healing on yourself, focusing on, I feel like getting clear with what it is you want here, right? With the Page of Pentacles showing up here under, door to personal healing and happiness. I feel like, I'm not saying don't focus on your dreams, don't focus on your goals, but just make sure that you're not using things outside of you to kind of make you feel better about yourself, because at the end of the day, they're not. Hey, that's just my opinion. You ain't gotta listen, but yeah, just make sure you're spending time, I feel, but also planning out, right? Some of you may be feeling like you're getting nowhere because you haven't really spent time kind of connecting with yourself and figuring out what it is you really want, right? You may be kind of all over the place, right? With this hostilities, you may be here and there and doing this and doing that, but you may be feeling like you're not going anywhere. And I feel like it's a need for you here to really get defined on what it is that you're trying to accomplish, where it is you're trying to go, so that you can get focused in the right direction, so that you're not having so much of your energy, so much of your time spilled out everywhere, but that you can really start narrowing it down and focusing it and channeling it into what it is that you really want in the long run. Okay. Yeah. But let's go ahead and see what's blocking you here. What's the blockage here for the earth signs? Oh, snap. Okay, that wanted to come out. We have the Magician. All Yeah, I feel like with the Magician showing up, yeah, like I was saying, I feel like you may be, some of you may either be kind of putting your energy into so many things that you're not like focusing it or channeling it in a positive or healthy way. So we have here the Magician, the Fool, and the Emperor. Bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Cups. Yeah, I feel like this with the Emperor, right? He gives me very much kind of know-it-all energy, right? Especially with the Fool, like, oh, I know what I'm doing. I don't need any help. I don't need anybody. I know what I'm doing. That kind of thing. And I feel like, you know, for some of you, that may be showing up for you. You may be kind of really, right, with the Emperor, right? We do have Taurus showing up here. You may be very bullheaded, very stubborn, very much like, I know what I'm doing. I know where I'm going. I don't need anybody's help. I'm not listening. Hey, I'm not coming for nobody. I swear I'm not. But, right, I don't need any help. And that may be kind of making it harder for you, right? Because you may not be seeing completely where, you know, you're channeling your energy, but it's kind of, I don't want to say going nowhere, but you're putting your energy into, you may be putting your energy into so many different things without kind of planning, without really knowing what it is that you want to accomplish, without really having a game plan. You feel me? And that may be making it harder for you to really start, you know, manifesting and creating what it is that you want, because you just have everything just going everywhere. And it's a need for you to kind of really, I feel like, really figure out where it is you're trying to go, what it is you're trying to accomplish before you kind of start putting your energy out, right? Let's get some more here. Okay, so we have the Star, the Moon, the Seven of Wands, and the Hermit. Bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like for most of you, it may be that, you know, you don't really know your goal. You don't really know what it is or where it is you're trying to go. It may be very, like with the Moon showing up here, it may be unclear to you what it is you're trying to do, you know, what your path is. And I feel like it's a need here to really get, with the Hermit, to really understand your path or understand where it is you're trying to go, right? Because if you don't know where it is you're trying to go, you're kind of just going everywhere. But let's see what you can do to get things moving in the right direction here, right? For some of you, right, with the caring connections, this could be in connection to a romantic relationship, right? Some of you may have an idea about where you want this relationship to go, but you and your partner may not be on the same page here. And it's a need for you guys to get on the same page, right? So that you can start moving in the same direction, moving towards what it is that you want, right? Okay. So what you can do to get things moving in the right direction, we have the Five of Cups, the Nine of Wands in reverse, and the Nine of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Cups. Yeah, I feel like some of you may be afraid to kind of express your feelings or to express your emotions, right? It could even just be you may be afraid of being vulnerable or being seen as like not having it all together or not knowing everything. And it's like, I feel like here with this Nine of Pentacles, it's like it's like a need to know that just because you don't have everything figured out doesn't mean that like you can't do what it is that you want to do, or you can't accomplish what it is that you want to accomplish. It's just like, it just may be good or, you know, beneficial for you to open up about what's going on with you, or how you're feeling, or what you need in order to start moving in the right direction, right? For some of you, it may be you're trying to focus on like a dream or a goal, but you may feel like you don't know enough. But if you don't kind of express that, or you're not open about that, if you're not trying to kind of open yourself up to all of the things that it is that you need in order to accomplish what it is you want to accomplish, you're never going to learn what it is you need to learn in order to get to where it is you want to go. You get what I'm saying? Right? But it's like, I feel like, you know, there's a need here for you to, I feel, be open and be honest about what it is you need, or what it is you feel you don't have. Right? So that you can get what it is you need. Okay? Is that making sense? I hope that's making sense. But let's go ahead and pull some advice for you. Right, I feel like with all of these nines here, it's a need to kind of like almost kind of change your ways. Right, that's a grand statement. But I feel like, you know, some of you may have like a set way of doing things, or just maybe even just very high expectations for yourself or even for others. But I feel like these expectations or these standards may not be benefiting you, especially if you're not kind of expressing how you're feeling or what it is you need. Okay? Right? You know, if you feel like, you know, people should be able to read your mind or know what it is you need, right? It's not going to help you. Right? You have to be open about what you need or about what you want. But let's get some advice for the earth signs. Right? Or even if you don't know what it is you want, right? It just may be important for you to spend some time figuring out what it is you want, right? And that's okay. Okay? But your advice here, we have empathy. I see and hear you. Okay? But let's read from the book. So it reads, if you fetch this card, it means you're being called on to more closely attend to another's feelings and thoughts as they share them, dropping any judgment or comparison with your own. It's time to train yourself to listen more closely and catch the underlying scent of someone's essence, what it may be like for them as they run, walk, and roll around in their lives. In order to sit and stay present with empathy, you need not ever have lived that other's life or even shared any of the experiences they've had. Unlike sympathy, you're not even trying to fully imagine and respond to the experiences they share. You only need to stand your ground and let whatever emotions and thoughts they bark, growl, or whine about roll over you as you simply gift them with your full presence and witness. It could be the case that they are serving as a mirror for you, showing you how to gift yourself with greater empathy and compassion after your encounter with their pain, struggle, and triumph. But keep the focus on them and allow them the space and time to be fully present for themselves. When being present for another, you can still hold boundaries for yourself that respect both of you by initially specifying the time you have to be with them, thus acknowledging the other responsibilities you need to honor in the balance of your life. In that way, you can prevent codependency, victimization, and abuse as a result of any old unconscious patterns that may be drawing on and draining your energy. And when you're the one needing nurturance, you two can be clear with the other about the best recipe for your own care and feeding. Who in your life could use some of your undivided attention for a moment? Who has tried to get you to listen but couldn't because you were too distracted? Take time to practice empathy by asking that person open-ended questions that go beyond a simple yes or no, giving them the opportunity to think or express out loud without fear of interruption or judgment. So you don't resent the time spent or become a martyr, be clear with them about what you're there to do, if they wish, and how much time you have to spend. Also, ask yourself, where have I gotten stuck in judgment and been unable to think of someone in any other than the most negative way? Without their even being around, you could build more empathy simply by remembering one good thing about them or some pleasant memory you have about your time with them. All right? Woo! So I feel like, it's time with the empathy showing up. I feel like, for some of you, it could be with this carrying connections. It could be your relationships. You may be, it may be time for you to kind of open up to feeling or being there for other people, but also like being there for yourself, empathizing with yourself, giving yourself space and time to feel your feelings, right? So that you can understand them and so that they're not like causing chaos, okay? But let's see what energy is supporting you at this time. All right. And then we're going to close out this here reading. Ooh, you got two. All right. So we have here Holy Amethyst, Divine Alchemy. Move beyond current challenges. Focus on what you desire. And Diana, Focused Intention. Think about what you desire. Set your sights high. Expect the best possible outcome. Yes, right? It's like I need to focus on what it is you want, right? But I feel like, like I was saying, some of you may not even know what you want. And I feel like that's why this empathy came out here, because it's like a need for you to allow yourself the space and the time to kind of figure out what it is that you want, to figure out, where it is you're trying to go so that you can get there. All right. But that's all I have for you, Earth signs. I hope this reading helped you in some way. Don't forget to let me know down in the comments how it resonated. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more videos like this one, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I truly appreciate you and hope to see you soon. Peace out.